Brits hold their breath as Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, quietly drops a new Instagram reel that sends social media into a whirlpool of admiration, fascination, and love. The video, a tender highlight reel from her recent trip to Washington, D.C., is not just a recap of moments. It is a declaration of presence, poise, and power. And right there, in one of the brief but unforgettable scenes, Meghan appears wearing an Anine Bing jacket, so effortlessly styled that the internet practically caught fire. Within minutes of the reel going live, hashtags exploded. Meghan Markle's style trended in multiple countries, and Anine Bing's website temporarily crashed from the sudden flood of searches. A jacket became more than fabric. It became a symbol of authenticity, grace, and quiet rebellion wrapped around a woman the world simply cannot stop loving. What Meghan does, she does with heart. The reel was never about showing off. It was about sharing, about connection, about reminding the world that kindness and purpose can still define influence. Her caption, "Thanks Fortune MPW and DC, love being surrounded by strong women supporting each other," read like a whispered note of gratitude from someone who still remembers where she began. Yet it was the visuals and that particular jacket that carried the message beyond words. The Anine Bing piece wasn't loud, wasn't flashy. It was understated, sophisticated, and real, just like her. Meghan didn't need a crown to shine. She needed only a cause, a camera, and her true self. As the clip played across screens around the world, millions paused. There she was, moving through the corridors of Washington with purpose, greeting people, laughing, hugging. Every frame was a love letter to authenticity. The soft, natural light caught the texture of the jacket, the effortless drape that spoke of confidence without pretense. It wasn't just a garment, it was a statement of how modern royalty moves, not in gilded halls, but among the people, blending elegance with ease. Fashion analysts began dissecting the look within hours, calling it the Meghan effect at its peak. Retailers confirmed that sales of Anine Bing outerwear skyrocketed overnight. But beyond the commerce, there was a deeper current. People felt something. They felt seen, inspired, uplifted. Meghan's fashion choices have always been more than aesthetics. They are messages wrapped in fabric. From her advocacy for sustainable brands to her emphasis on women-led labels, she curates her wardrobe as carefully as she curates her words. The Anine Bing jacket fits seamlessly into that narrative. Designed by another powerful woman who built her brand through grit and authenticity, it was more than just a look. It was a conversation between kindred spirits. The Duchess, once again, was spotlighting female creativity and craftsmanship simply by wearing it. And in doing so, she reminded everyone that influence is most beautiful when it uplifts others. The viral wave that followed was different from the usual frenzy. It wasn't about obsession, it was about connection. Fans from Kenya to Canada posted side-by-side photos of themselves wearing similar styles, proudly captioning them, "Inspired by Meghan." Influencers spoke openly about how she redefines what leadership in fashion means. Not about trends, but about truth. One comment among thousands stood out. She wears her values as beautifully as her clothes. Washington, D.C. became more than a backdrop. It became a stage for a global conversation about grace, representation, and modern womanhood. Every second of the reel glowed with sincerity. Meghan walking past marble steps, waving to young women who reached out with excitement. The laughter shared with her team. The gentle smile when she thanked the Fortune MPW organisers. All stitched together into a tapestry of genuine joy. And at the centre of it, that Anine Bing jacket, moving with her, reflecting the light as if it knew it was part of history. When critics tried to decode her appeal, they missed the point entirely. Meghan's power isn't calculated, it's felt. It's in the way she makes others believe in their own worth, in the way she reminds women that ambition and kindness can coexist. The Anine Bing moment was an embodiment of that truth. Here was a woman who had been misjudged, misrepresented, yet continues to rise with calm confidence. She doesn't perform, she simply is. That authenticity, in a world obsessed with filters and facades, is revolutionary. As the reel continued to spread, Washington insiders whispered about how different the atmosphere felt while she was there. "She lights up a room," one attendee of the Fortune event said. "Not with grandeur, but with genuine presence. You can feel when she walks in that she's there to listen, not to be adored." And yet, the adoration followed her anyway. It's the paradox of Meghan. She doesn't chase the spotlight, but the spotlight finds her. The viral jacket became a kind of cultural shorthand for this new era of influence. Quiet, ethical, real. Articles poured in from fashion houses across the world, praising her for reminding everyone that simplicity can still be stunning. Vogue UK called it a masterclass in minimalism, while Elle described her Washington wardrobe as the evolution of power dressing, soft but unshakable. Even Anine Bing herself reposted a still from the video with the caption, "Honoured to see the Duchess wearing our creation." It wasn't just publicity, it was pride. Meanwhile, social media became a flood of love. TikTokers recreated her Washington look. Stylists wrote threads about how Meghan's preference for timeless neutrals allows her inner light to lead. Fans shared heartfelt notes, thanking her for inspiring confidence. "Every time she steps out," one post read, "she reminds me that elegance is about intention." The story of the jacket, like all things Meghan, was about meaning. It represented resilience, the art of walking through storms with grace. It represented transformation, the way she turned scrutiny into strength. And it represented community, the millions who see her not just as a duchess, but as a sister, a friend, a mirror of what it means to rise above noise and stay kind. In a world that often reduces women to headlines, Meghan reclaims narrative through action. Her Washington reel wasn't a press stunt, it was a reflection. It captured a woman at peace with her journey, proud of her voice, and deeply committed to her causes. The jacket, worn lightly, symbolized the weight she carries with elegance, the expectations, the criticism, the love of millions who believe in her. As the days passed, the viral moment evolved into a movement of celebration. Fashion pages praised her styling, but humanitarian accounts amplified her words. Every share, every repost carried her energy of gratitude and empowerment. The Anine Bing jacket sold out globally, but the conversation it started didn't fade. People began asking how they could support women-founded brands. They began noticing the stories behind what they wear. Meghan had, once again, managed to merge glamour with purpose, a rare alchemy only she seems to master effortlessly. The most beautiful part of the reel wasn't the applause, nor the flashing lights. It was the authenticity that threaded through every second. Meghan's smile wasn't staged, it was lived. Her laughter wasn't rehearsed, it was shared. And that's why the world fell in love all over again. She was living proof that influence doesn't come from titles or positions, but from the ability to move hearts. Even as headlines screamed about her viral jacket, true admirers knew that what they were witnessing was something deeper. The steady evolution of a woman who has walked through fire and still chooses love. The Washington reel became more than a fashion moment. It was a reminder that grace is undefeated. As evening fell and the digital world continued to buzz, one truth became clear. Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, had once again redefined what power looks like. Not the loud kind that demands attention, but the quiet kind that changes the air in a room. The kind that inspires without speaking. The kind that heals. From Los Angeles to London, from Nairobi to New York, people replayed the video, not just to admire her jacket, but to feel that spark of hope she carries wherever she goes. And that is why Meghan's Anine Bing moment will live far beyond a fashion cycle. It was a heartbeat, captured on film, that reminded the world that authenticity is the truest form of beauty. In the end, when history looks back at this simple reel, it will not see a marketing clip. It will see a movement of sincerity and style colliding in one extraordinary woman. Meghan's Anine Bing jacket went viral, yes, but more importantly, it told a story about resilience, grace, and the unstoppable magnetism of truth. And as millions keep watching, one thing remains undeniable. When Meghan moves, the world watches with love.
The submission itself sounds nice. And to my amazing and peculiar Sussex family, thank you all for watching our videos and tuning in to Daily Diaries Fridays update. Keep it light, keep it there, and see you next time in our next episode. Bye bye. May you have a good day and a good time. Keep shining. Bye bye.